It is time for a serious talk about a topic that is often taboo, you and your relationship with money. No matter how much you have or don't have, money really is a big part of your life.
So how can we create a healthier relationship with money? Author Geneen Roth has written Lost and Found, Unexpected Revelations About Food and Money, One Woman's Lessons After Losing Everything. And you didn't you, Geneen? So good to see you.
Yeah.
Yeah, you were part of that
Bernie Madoff.
That Bernie Madoff, I mean, that destroyed people's lives.
Yeah, it was horrible. It was horrible. We woke up one morning to a phone call hearing that we had lost 30 years of life savings.
Wow.
And it was devastating.
You and your husband, when you say we.
Yes.
Right?
When you think about, okay, now money loss is devastating. The way you're equating it to how we deal with food, I find fascinating. Because I think some of us do sneak food, like we buy shoes and hide them under the bed so our husband doesn't see them. Like there are correlations, aren't there?
Yes, there are. Yeah, there are.
So what did you discover through this process? At first you went through anger, right? And then you started discovering things.
I went through anger, devastation, and shock, which is what a lot of people are going through on lesser levels right now because of this economic downturn.
And the older the people, the worse, because they can't work anymore, and you were still able to work.
And then I sort of crawled my way out of it by focusing on what I did have instead of what I didn't have, what I had left, which were the little tiny things of every single day, like being able to breathe and see
good
and
health.
drink. Yes, good health. Drink tea out of my favorite mugs. Watch hummingbirds. Hold my husband's hand.
Sunrises, sunsets that everybody gets.
Everybody gets that, and everybody has those in their lives. What's not wrong with their lives? So everybody's got those.
Well, and the thing about you too, you've written about this again and again, but it's somehow food relates to money.
Yes.
A lot of us have the food issue.
Yes.
Me, and
well, I think we all do it in different ways.
Right, but explain how that correlates with money.
So what happens with food is that we have an emotional relationship with both food and money.
Right.
And with food, we go through, okay, I can eat that because it doesn't really count if I eat it standing up, or if it's somebody else's plate, or if it's off my kid's plate, or like that. Well, okay, I can buy that if I can amortize it over about 30 years, and it's 2 cents a day.
Right.
Or if it's on sale, it doesn't count.
Right.
But the thing that both of them have in common is this feeling of not having enough.
Right.
Not having enough food. The one that's over there is always better than the one that's on my plate.
It's just human nature, isn't it?
The black jacket I just saw is better than the 10 I just have, or the 2 I just have, or even the 1 I just have.
Yeah.
So there's always the wanting what
Or
we
you
don't
buy,
have.
like I've bought things before on sale that I don't really like.
That's right.
But who cares?
Because
they're
it's on
$14, so
sale.
you
That's
have to
right.
get it. And I've eaten things I don't want because they're in the fridge.
Yeah, or it's free.
Or it's free, and after I'm done, I don't remember eating it. I didn't like it, but it was.
Yeah,
that's what I do.
So
you look darn good.
Thank you.
It's working for Hoda, but don't try this at home.
But what does that tell you about a person, though?
It says to me that there's an emotional reason why they're doing what they're doing, and they're so. Sorry,
careful. This is not an analysis.
Okay. I'm not going to go too deep into this territory.
Oh, let's do it.
Okay, I will. But if you at least acknowledge that, if you just say okay, then you can start making. You don't have to make yourself nuts about what you're doing. You can say, okay, I'm lonely, I'm sad, I'm bored, but you know what? Guess what? Eating this piece of cake isn't going to make it better, and neither is buying this thing. So,
right. Well, you're really smart, and your other book, Women, Food, and God, which is still a huge bestseller, and so many women connected with it because it's all the things we care a lot about, and it's terrific. So I'm glad you came out with another one.
Thank you so much.
I'm glad things are still are on the mend for you and getting better. You have a lot of joy in your heart. It's great to see.
And they can get better for everybody if we focus on what's not wrong.
Glass half full or half empty kind of thing.
Thank you.
For
Thank
you.
you.
Yeah,
Thank you so much.